One of the pulls was shaped like his signature baggy pants that came to be known as hammer pants.
I ain't gonna lie, deserved. Cause why the f would you get a pull shaped like pants? Why would you get a pull shaped like pants, gang? I kinda deserved, I ain't gonna lie. This is rappers who went broke in the stupidest way. Shout out to boy SunnyV2. SunnyV2 been dropping like once a week for real. I like that. I like that from you. You know what I'm saying? Dropping bangers too. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent was on the face of this. You know what I'm saying? Blueface. I don't know about Blueface, but 50 Cent definitely filed for bankruptcy. Fetty was. Maybe Fetty Wap might be in here because Fetty definitely went broke.
Before filing for bankruptcy, 50 Cent was spending $108,000 per month to rent an 18-bedroom mega mansion.
$100,000 a month to rent? Yo, oh my God.
While T-Pain's bankruptcy was so brutal that by the end of it, he had to borrow money just to buy Burger King.
Wow.
However, let's begin by talking about DMX, who had to file for bankruptcy on 3 separate occasions as he couldn't afford child support. You see, DMX had 17 children with 11 different women.
Damn! RIP the nigga, but golly! 17 kids with 11 different women is crazy. I got rookie numbers, I gotta catch up. Nigga, you got the same... You know what? Never mind.
And almost every child resulted in some kind of lawsuit or child support requirement.
Jesus.
For example, DMX was sued for $1.5 million worth of child support in 2008 after a genetic test confirmed that he was the father of a previously unclaimed baby, which when combined with his declining music career, resulted in his first bankruptcy filing. 4 years later in 2012, DMX was sued by a different ex-partner for a further $1 million worth of child support, and a year after this lawsuit, he'd filed for bankruptcy a second time.
Damn.
His third bankruptcy would occur in 2016, during which it would be discovered that DMX had racked up a further $1.7 million worth of unpaid child and family support, which accompanied $950,000 in bank debt and $1.7 million worth of tax debt. Since he had
oh my God!
$0 in his bank account, DMX was sentenced to 6 months in prison for the child support, a further year in prison for the unpaid taxes, and was also ordered to pay the government $2.29 million in restitution after he was released from his time behind bars. However, DMX never had the chance to pay the amount back in full, as he'd die in April 2021, and despite his extensive family tree, DMX never wrote a will, meaning that his family was still involved in money-related legal battles even after he was dead and buried. Tiger was certainly better at managing his child support payments, although...
Hey, this nigga, bro, this is a crazy... This is a crazy flick, Tiger. I ain't gonna lie, gang. Tiger went bankrupt. Hey, for a couple of years, this nigga's songs weren't hitting. His shit with Chris Brown and everybody, it was hitting. And then, like, he had a crazy decline around the time he started dating Kylie Jenner. But then, once they broke up, he started going back up, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, women, am I right? You know what I'm saying? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's a joke, you know? It's a jokey joke.
He definitely had a weakness when it came to luxury spending. After cultivating his career as a successful rapper, Tiger's name entered news headlines after he'd purchased a $200,000 Mercedes Maybach for his girlfriend, while being $480,000 behind in rental payments on a luxury Malibu home.
That's crazy.
As a result, Tiger was sued by his landlord.
Yeah, that was 2016. Yeah, I remember this too.
Although he'd failed to show up to court as he was on holiday in Turks and Caicos, yet this situation wasn't the only example of Tiger spending big in one area while being financially behind in another. For example, in 2016, while shopping for a new Bentley, Tiger's Ferrari 458 was repossessed in the parking lot as Tiger hadn't been paying for the loan. Despite this,
nigga, how are you car shopping and your car that you drove there with gets repossessed? Do you know how bad of a look that is? You inside the dealership. I think I want this car. You think you want these, but the one you got is gone. They taking that shit. They hooking that bitch up right now. So you either buy one, you gotta buy one of these out cash, bruh. You gotta buy this bit cash because the one that you had, they taking that, and you need a car to get home. So let me see the bread. You know what I'm saying?
Tiger would go on to purchase another Mercedes Maybach, as well as a Land Rover, a Rolls-Royce Ghost, and a Rolls-Royce Cullinan, all of which were repossessed for non-payment, while he was seen looking at a brand new Lamborghini.
Wow.
In addition to this, Tiger was sued by a second landlord for $181,000 after once again missing rental payments in 2016, which was followed by a third property-related lawsuit in 2020, where Tiger had racked up over $200,000 in damages and unpaid rent on yet another rental property. It was then revealed that Tiger was being court-ordered to pay for
Tiger owes Access $270K in unpaid bling as jeweler hires new legal team to collect the money. Bro, how are you, bro? How are you in debt in your houses, in your cars? You in debt in jewelry, nigga? I'm sorry. Being in debt in jewelry is absolutely crazy. What the fuck are you?
$100,000 worth of unpaid jewelry, which accompanied the accusation by his ex-girlfriend.
Yes, I had to give up 3 of my cars. My reasons, morals, belief, in being a single mother. No support. I am a mother. Single, no support. Child support.
Black China, that he'd been missing child support payments. And just to add a cherry on top of the cake, while all of this was going down, Tiger was in $890,000 worth of tax debt to the government. Despite all of this, Tiger is—
This nigga owed everybody. You owed the car men's, the house men's, the jewelry men's, and the government's. God damn! Like, can somebody...
Still seen flexing a lavish life on social media, which is a luxury unavailable to rap producer Scott Storch, who blew through $70 million in less than 3 years. Scott had earned this money by producing for some of the biggest names.
Hey, I heard this is a filthy nigga, bro. The amount of industry secrets that came out about this nigga is crazy. This nigga is, he's like, even Rick Ross called this nigga. To have Rick Ross call you out, you gotta be a dirty nigga, bro. You gotta, Scott Storch, you got, if Rick Ross of all people is calling you out, Scott Storch, who is he? He's like a major producer. Scott Storch is fine as Dev. Please. This? Dev, get a grip. Please, Dev, get a grip. Because what the fuck?
In music, including Kanye West, Dr. Dre, and Jay-Z. Yet Scott Storch's insane net worth began to diminish after he'd purchased an insane supercar collection.
30 cars, including Bugattis and Ferraris and all that kind of stuff.
As well as a $10.5 million mansion where he housed more than 20 staff, including a boat captain, just in case he wanted to go out on his yacht.
So the captain was on full-time staff?
Yeah.
In case you want to take the boat out?
Yeah.
And the boat was how many bedrooms?
7.
7-bedroom.
How do you have a full-time boat? You paying this nigga bread for when you want to go out on your boat maybe once a week. You're paying this nigga in full-time money to go out. Yo, these niggas just be giving money away, bro.
Boat worth about how much?
20 million.
20 million.
Scott went on to explain just how much this lifestyle was costing him.
My monthly overhead for my household employees was somewhere in the neighborhood of $1 million a month I was spending.
And that if he continued to work, there wouldn't have been any problems, although this isn't what he would do.
It went from me working and delivering to doing drugs and not going to the studio.
I just stopped working, and then I got depressed and jaded.
As mentioned, Scott stopped making music and instead began to get addicted to the nightlife in Miami. And with no money coming in plus $1 million a month going out, it was only going to be so long before Scott hit zero. By 2009, just 3 years after having a net worth of $70 million, Scott had
3 years ago, you had a net worth of $70 million, and now you're filing for bankruptcy. $70 million in 3 months? That is absurd.
Filed for bankruptcy. 6 years later, Scott would file for bankruptcy a second time, claiming to have a grand total of $3,600 of assets to his name, $100 in cash, $500 in clothing, and a $3,000 watch. Most shocking, his music companies are valued at $0, and in 2014, he made a grand total of only $10,000. Throughout this hardship, Fat Joe was one of the only rappers to keep their friendship with Scott, possibly because Fat Joe went through a similar situation himself. Fat Joe had earned $1.2 1.18 million in 2007, 1.28 million in 2008, 265,000 in 2009, and 630,000 in 2010. However, despite having made this 3.3 million in only 4 years, Fat Joe failed to pay taxes on it. He was able to come up with $718,000 and had also done extensive charity work. However, this wasn't enough to satisfy the judge, who sentenced Fat Joe to 4 months in prison. Despite taking personal responsibility for his actions by stating, "There was a lot going on in the years that I didn't file my taxes, but it was my responsibility," less than 4 years later, Fat Joe entered news headlines again after the IRS revealed that he still owed them 1.1 million in taxes. However, absolutely nothing in comparison to Fat Joe's friend Lil Kim, who owed almost 4 times more
Kim?
and became, quote, too poor.
I ain't gonna lie. Lil Kim was hurt too. You got Fat Joe or the Wiggles. I ain't gonna lie, the Wiggles. I ain't gonna lie, the Wiggles. Hey, Lil Kim was her. I really wish she would have stopped doing surgery, bro.
Poor to file for bankruptcy. Lil Kim wasn't nearly as successful as some
too poor to file.
of the other rappers featured on this list. However, this didn't stop her from purchasing a 2.3
Wait a minute. Did he really just say that? Huh?
Some of the other rappers
What did you say, Sonny?
too poor to file for bankruptcy. Lil Kim wasn't nearly as successful as some of the other rappers featured on this list. However,
That's cap. I'm sorry, but that is cap. She wasn't as successful. Like, nigga, are we talking about the same person here? Huh? That's cap. I'm sorry, Sonny. That. She might have, like, okay. The amount of money might not have been the same, but she was definitely her, bro. She was definitely her. Don't. Successful as in, like, maybe huge money, because Scott Storch was his producer. Producers make bank. You know what I'm saying? Little Kim was not her. What the fuck is you? Are you fucking dumb? What do you, bro, where do you think Nicki Minaj and the rest of them all got their persona from? Lil Kim and Foxy Brown. Stop. What we not gonna do is disrespect Lil Kim like she wasn't her. Foxy Brown and Lil Kim are the reason y'all got the fucking female rappers y'all do today. Don't do that. Cause listen, y'all wouldn't have none of these bitches, bro.
But this didn't stop her from purchasing a $2.3 million mansion back in 2002, notably with the help of a mortgage. Throughout the 2000s, Kim's music career slowed dramatically, and by 2018, Kim was filing for bankruptcy, as she still owed the full $2 million on her property, despite the 16 years that had passed. In addition to this, Kim now owed $1.85 million to the government for 13 years worth of unpaid taxes, which accompanied a further $185,000 in unpaid legal fees.
Hey, bankruptcy. Listen, that's what y'all can't. Yo, if y'all ever come up doing this content creation or whatever the fuck you want to do and you're making a lot of money, please do not play with the IRS, because they're coming for their bread, bro. You do not play. Hey, you can scam whoever the fuck you want, but do not fuck with the government, bro. Them taxes, pay that shit, because boy, they will, boy, I don't, hey, listen, I'm not playing with nobody. I will pay you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Uncle Sam.
It became even worse after discovering that by 2018, Kim was earning a comparatively small $18,000 per month, of which $2,000 went to staff, another $2,000 went to clothing, and $10,000 went to travel fees, meaning she had less than $4,000 per month to dig herself out of $4 million worth of debt. Jesus. Somehow Lil Kim managed to, quote, get her finances into good shape, and her bankruptcy filing was dismissed. However, MC Hammer wasn't quite so lucky. Despite having the 5th best-selling...
I remember, yeah. A lot of niggas was saying MC Hammer was... this nigga had a crazy... I think he had 100-person entourage. Like, not even niggas that were like... Some of them were hired by him, but it was like 100 nigga entourage. He just had niggas with him. Just paying niggas to be in his presence. Who is MC Hammer? We're not about to do this. I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to play a song after every fucking rapper. We're not about to do this.
Hip-hop album of all time, which sold 17 million copies and featured songs such as You Can't Touch This, MC Hammer wasn't able to stay out of financial trouble. He bought more than 17 luxury cars, a private jet, 2 helicopters, and 21 racehorses. Some of the horses were valued at around $1 million.
What? Oh my God. $1 million for a fucking horse, nigga? And you got 21 of them? Oh no! Oh.
Most of his expenses, however, were on his home. He bought a property in Fremont, California for $12 million and spent another $30 million on renovations to turn it into his dream home. He added a bowling alley, basketball court, baseball field, recording studio, movie theater, 17-car garage, tennis courts, and 2 swimming pools to the 40,000 square foot mansion. One of the pools was shaped like his signature baggy pants that came to be known as hammer pants.
I ain't gonna lie, deserved. Cause why the fuck would you get a pool shaped like pants? Why would you get a pool shaped like pants, gang? I kinda deserved, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, psst. I'm not one to gossip, but I heard you wasn't following me on Twitter and Instagram, and you wasn't updated when I wasn't able to post on YouTube, and you thought I was gone. So follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's that simple. Enjoy the rest of the vid.
He added several marble statues of himself throughout the property and installed a gold hot tub in his bedroom. And to keep everything running smoothly, he employed a staff of nearly 200 people on the property, which cost him an estimated $500,000 a month. Unsurprisingly, less than 5 years later, MC Hammer had filed for bankruptcy, at which point it would be revealed that he hadn't only spent his entire $70 million fortune, but had also taken on a further $13 million in loans, which had been borrowed from over 200 different lending institutions.
Oh my God, bro. When you file for bankruptcy, what's that mean? That means you don't have enough money to pay your debt. Like you don't have the amount of money that you owe, pretty much. 200 different lenders. You got $13 million from 200 different lenders, bro.
Despite having spent a total of $42 million on his California dream home, the property resold for only $6.5 million. However,
oh my God, this nigga bought the house. He bought the house for $12 million. Spent $30 million renovating it for it to go for half of what you bought it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
However, if we're on the topic of expensive homes being repossessed by the bank,
this nigga Birdman. This nigga, how he still kick is crazy to me.
We need to talk about Birdman, who's ranked as the 15th richest rapper in the world with a net worth of $110 million. But this is what makes Birdman's story unique. If he was worth over $100 million, why was his Miami mansion being repossessed by the bank for non-payment? Birdman had purchased the home back in 2012 for $14.5 million, yet by 2017, a foreclosure suit had been filed by the bank.
This is why financial literacy is important. Facts. Who is Birdman? Birdman is the reason you have Drake. Birdman is the reason you have Nicki Minaj. Birdman is the reason you have Tyga. Birdman founded Lil Wayne in New Orleans, and Lil Wayne founded Drake, Nicki Minaj, Tyga, the rest of Young Money. You know what I'm saying? So Birdman is Himothy for real.
All personal items within the home, including platinum records gracing the walls, a pool table, and dozens of pairs of shoes, were all confiscated and placed in storage. The mansion was eventually sold by the bank for $10.85 million in July 2020. However, Birdman's lawyer has come out to
Wait, Lil Wayne put Nicki and Drake. Oh my God, T, you didn't know that? Oh my God. Oh, y'all are so young. Oh, y'all are so young. I'm assuming y'all, do y'all at least know that Drake put the Weeknd and Party Next Door on and oh, Jesus. Oh God. Oh, okay.
Explained the foreclosure, stating that it was the result of illegal loan terms set by the bank, so perhaps take Birdman's bankruptcy with a grain of salt. However, there's no ambiguity around how T-Pain went broke, as he's now come on multiple podcasts to explain just how brutal his bankruptcy was. T-Pain had built up a net worth of over $40 million at his peak in 2007, with all of his closest rap friends advising him that as long as he kept rapping, the money would keep on coming in.
Everybody before me that I had to look up to, they were just like, no, this is great. Once you start rapping, it's good, just money all the time.
T-Pain ain't broke no more. Oh yeah, for sure. This nigga's making his bread again. But you know,
nothing bad's ever gonna happen. Your family's not gonna come after you. Just rap, and it's just girls and swimming pools after this.
For this reason, his spending began to get out of control.
I bought my Bugatti.
You bought it for $2.1 million.
$2.1 million.
And then you, very shortly thereafter, you sold it for, all they gave you was $800,000.
Yeah.
So it was like renting a car for $1.3 million.
Yeah.
With the purchase of his Bugatti accompanying a $400,000 chain and houses for
Bro, like this nigga T-Pain had I'm not gonna lie, T-Pain and Soulja Boy had the dumbest fucking chains, bro. They had like this nigga Soulja Boy had that Lamborghini chain that was actually a little race car. This nigga, I forgot what other chain he had. First of all, look.
With the purchase of his Bugatti accompanying a $400,000
bro, for no reason. They had stupid chains. They had dumb ass chains. T-Pain still going, no, yeah, he's making money back streaming and doing shit now, but he did go broke at one point.
chain and houses for his workmates.
I got this house I want to get. I got this other house for my assistants and, you know, all my runners and my producers and stuff. So we bought a house after that and we just started going crazy with the money. I wasn't paying attention to it.
Which was extra bad as T-Pain never even checked in on how much money he had.
I didn't want to know because I was led to believe that this is just it's only gonna grow. Because these rappers told me that I'm just gonna make money forever. It's just gonna keep going up and up.
In the process, T-Pain began to create less music, and within a few years, his accountant was advising him that he was almost out of money.
My accountant was like, dude, you're like out of money. And I was like, no, I'm not.
And while T-Pain seemed confident that he had plenty of cash left, reality set in for him after he'd have to borrow money just to buy food.
When you say you was broke, you had like $0 broke?
I had to borrow money to get my kids Burger King.
What's the most you ever had in the bank at one time?
40 million.
However, T-Pain was lucky to get away with a loss of only 40 million, as the final person on our list makes this number look like loose change, 50 Cent.
Jesus
50
fuck.
didn't only release the 10th best-selling American hip-hop album of all.
Hey, how this nigga went broke is crazy to me. I mean, he back up now. And that's a story for a lot of people. They went broke and they got money back. But this nigga, yo, he had like a diamond album. Nigga had video games. Nigga had shoes, clothes, fucking vitamin water. This nigga had, like, he had so many sources. And it just, like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
All time, but he also made over $100 million on
bro.
a vitamin water investment, plus a further $78 million from a luxury underwear deal.
See, I didn't even know about the underwear. This nigga had so many investments that made him bread, so how you went broke is insane to me.
Late 2000s, 50 Cent made an estimated $300 million in only 2 years. So when it announced that he was filing for bankruptcy in mid-2015, with debts totaling over $32 million, the entire world was thinking the same thing. How did this happen? Well, after 50 Cent uploaded a sex tape with Rick Ross's girlfriend, 50 was successfully sued for $7
What? Wait. Huh? Wait. Huh? When did that happen? Wait, I missed this chapter. What the fuck? I missed this chapter. When did wait a minute. I ain't gonna lie. This one, I ain't see this one. Oh my God. I didn't see this one.
Million, which accompanied another tape with Rick Ross's girlfriend. 50 was successfully sued for $7 million, which accompanied another court order for 50 Cent to pay $17 million to a headphone manufacturer after one of their collabs went sour. 50 Cent's clothing company G-Unit Clothing then fell out of the spotlight, which accompanied the closing of his movie company G-Unit Productions, as well as his boxing company SMS Promotions. Throughout the whole process, the global financial crisis had taken a toll on the value of 50 Cent's investments, and by 2015 he was earning a comparatively small $185,000 per month. You could certainly argue that this was enough for 50 to get back on his feet. However, $108,000 of this monthly income was going toward an 18-bedroom mega mansion, while the remaining $77,000 was going toward menial expenses such as his gardener.
$5,000 a month on gardening is crazy.
bankruptcy documents revealing that 50 Cent still owed money to his stylist, fitness coach, and even his barber. Despite this, he began to troll on social media with posts such as this one, spelling out the word broke with $100 bills, and within 2 years, 50 Cent had paid back $23 million worth of his $32 million debt.
Damn. Hey, you know? So this nigga was getting his bread back. Power started popping off. This nigga was an executive producer on Power. You know what I'm saying? He on his shit now again.
50 Cent eventually got back to zero, and according to Google, has built up a net worth of $40 million over the last 5 years.
Can I get a yes, sir?
Yes, sir. Let me with the tier 1.
Simba Live.
Yes, sir. Got that bread back. You know what I'm saying? His shows is doing great, fantastic, and shit like that. But, you know, great discussion topic. W video.